Hi everyone, it's Jen here and welcome to Jen's Wild About Art. So today is a drawsome prompt that I do with my friend Aurora at Aurora's Art World. I'll have her channel linked below. We do this every week for the whole year, and today's prompt is vegetables. So for vegetables I thought I would just do a still life of a capsicum. So I've just drawn the basic shape. They're nice, simple sort of shapes, capsicums, so I thought it'd be a nice, easy one to show you today. So it's just basically an oval, and I've drawn a little stem on top. I start with the background, and I go in with an indigo, which I thought would be a nice contrast to the yellows and reds of the capsicum. So I do this in a few layers, and I build it up darker and darker. Working wet into wet for now until I get the background as dark as I'd like it. I made a little bit of a mess and went over the lines with the indigo, so I just rub a clean damp brush around the edges where I've sort of gone onto the capsicum, and I just blot that out and it lifts the paint really well. So now I'm filling in the capsicum with a warm yellow. I will go over that with red, but I liked the base coat that you'll see through the red. You'll see this sort of glowing through. So yeah, my first layer is this beautiful warm yellow. So I just fill in completely the capsicum. Now, while it's still damp, I'm going to drop in some geranium red, and I take that around the whole capsicum. I'll leave little glimpses of the yellow showing through, and I'll build this up in a few different layers. So the first one is quite diluted, but I will build it up with stronger pigment as I go. Now I'm adding a slightly stronger red, so less water, more pigment. The paper is still damp, so it does still flow a little bit, but you can see that the red is a darker colour and slightly stronger. So I've actually used a little bit of ruby red here over the top, and I'll start to build up the layers. And I'll also add a little bit of a purple tone into the shadow areas. As I've developed the layers a bit more and got a little bit more of a three-dimensional look, I'll add the purpley colour, which you can see I'm adding here into the shadows and the bends and curves of the capsicum. Now I'm adding a nice dark green to the stem, and yeah, I'll just add that in a couple of different layers just to get the stem looking a bit more stem-like and a little bit less yellow. And yeah, create a little bit of shadow, a bit more three-dimensional look to it. And now I'm going to add in a couple of highlights. So I'm just using a little bit of white gouache, and I'm popping that anywhere that the light's reflecting off the capsicum, and it just makes it look a bit more realistic. It's a bit of fun. I love adding highlights. Highlights and shadows are my favourite thing. So yeah, just gives it a bit more life. And we are done. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Okie doke. Bye.